Far from the southwest border, this scene has played out day after day since U.S. policy sparked off an epic mass migration crisis in 2021. U.S.-bound illegal immigrants pouring out of the infamous Darien Gap immigrant passage from Colombia first get on Embera Indian panga boats deep in the Panamanian jungles, on their way to eventually cross the American border. But take a closer look at who is driving these immigrant-laden panga boats. They are all members of the Embera-Wounaan tribes, whose reservation lands happen to be smack dab in the middle of an immigration tsunami set off in 2021 by distant White House policy decisions to open the American border. They've been making unprecedented amounts of money for them all this time instead of planting and harvesting, hunting and fishing as they always had. To get at it, immigrants from 150 different countries pay about $25 a head to be taken through Embera villages like Bajo Chiquito shown here. They've been coming like this by the hundreds of thousands a year, nearly 2 million all told. A modern-day gold rush, not unlike the ones in California or the Dakota Territories that destroyed tribes in 19th century America. And like in those days, no one has really cared to ask this native tribe how it's doing, with these throngs of foreigners massing in their villages for Panamanian government processing. Until now. The answer? Not so well. On a recent trip to Panama's Darien Gap, the Center for Immigration Studies interviewed all 5 chiefs of the Embera-Wounaan tribe and discovered they've harbored very strong feelings about the immigrant march all along, but that no one had ever asked. They told CIS that the American policies are killing their tribe and way of life on lands they refer to as the comarca. They say it's because money earned by transporting immigrants has corrupted the tribe's culture and diverted the young generation from traditional Embera ways of life. And that's not the least of it.
Al presidente candidato que viene de Estados Unidos, lleven el mensaje que nos está acabando, nos está matando a todos los indígenas que hay.
The young people are using the money to buy drugs and alcohol now, instead of planting, the chiefs say, not the Embera way. Some out in the villages confirm what they say. This man in Bajo Chiquito.
Ya prácticamente ahorita mismo usted hasta para buscar por día eso es problema usted encuentra gente ahorita.
What kind of vices is he talking about that most of them do?
Bueno, aquí la mayoría de la gente que está más toman es vaina así, licor.
The chiefs say that in addition to this quick-paced cultural destruction, open sewage now runs through once pristine villages. The immigrants leave behind untold tons of waste and trash that flows into rivers, their drinking supply, and far upstream, a great many die and their bodies rot. Embera won't drink the natural water anymore, the chiefs say, especially when immigrant numbers spike.
¿Por qué? Porque tienen que caer cabecera turquesa y vienen río abajo. Al bajar las crecidas del río, lo atacan, ahí se han ahogado muchos. Entonces, eso se veía como el cacique dentro del agua, huesamento del ser humano, los cráneos en la playa, se ve mucho. Entonces, ese es el que contamina la basura y las muertes de las personas humanas. Entonces, eso contamina el río Turquesa entero. Eso quería, como autoridad, queríamos organizar, recoger ese huesamento y enterrando. Pero cuando ya pusimos la mano de seguridad, dijeron que eso es nuestra competencia, no es de nosotros, sino fiscalía. Pero nunca fueron la fiscalía a hacer ese trabajo, nunca.
The chiefs reserve special ire for the United Nations and all the non-governmental advocacy groups that have moved into their territory to help facilitate the mass migration. None have ever shown care about what they've brought here, say the chiefs, neither asking permission nor begging forgiveness from the tribe, as they all make millions. The tribe wants all of these foreigners out with the immigrants. Maybe some hope for change is on the horizon. Recently, a new Panamanian government brought a new president Jose Raul Mulino, who has promised for the first time to close down the Darien Gap. That kind of talk is music to the ears of these chiefs, but they are skeptical. They think the main problem stems from the White House. For the candidates, Chief Kunampia has a special message.
Señor presidente tiene que poner atención.
He's like, Mr.
Mi
Candidates,
pueblo-
you have to pay attention to what's going on in our territory.
Lo están contaminando.
The immigration is contaminating.
Necesitamos que pongan mano, si permite, si ustedes permiten que pongan atención a nosotros, poniendo agua, hospital y buena escuela
Please pay attention.
y alimentaciones,
We need clean water, food, schools, and
vía
mental
de
health,
comunicación.
and a direct line of communication.
I'm Todd Bensman in La Blanca, Darien Province, Panama.